thinking about changing locations and shit. Man, into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way, I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I get the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your.
And we are live in the motherfucking building, man. What's good with y'all good people out there across Cowboys Nation? It's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. And I got some patrons in here with me, man. We're going to get drunk on this Cowboys content. But I got my brother to the right of me, Jay Tuck, in the building, man. And right below, we got TP, Terrence Parsons, in the building, man. How y'all boys doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. TP, is that screen that I beat you on, bro? Was that screen that you was playing when I cooked you on the NCAA, man? Nah, bro, I'm chilling, man. Just working. Season's kicking off here in a few weeks. I'm grinding, covering college football. Got a few different shows going on, man. Just blessed, you know what I'm saying? But y'all know what time it is, Cowboys Nation. It's time to roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Indeed. TP, how you been, though, man? I can't hear you, cuz. No, you have no volume. I see your lips moving, and I can't read lips because I'm almost legally blind.
Yeah, Lil Wayne said, I see your lips moving, but I don't hear much. You know what I'm saying? That boy playing the game, man. He over there playing the game.
Yeah, that man been that much going in.
He over there playing the game, man.
All right. Hear me now?
I hear you now, bro.
All right, yeah, I had to change my. Oh, I'll share my screen. I'm dead. How did I get there?
At least you wasn't sharing nothing crazy. Now you just shared some video games. Now you ain't sharing nothing on the wall.
Oh man, how did that happen? What did I do? Okay. It changed. Okay, there you go.
There you go.
All right, we Gucci now.
But no, I'm good, man. Just, you know what I mean? I'm excited. The Cowboys got me excited. I didn't think it was going to happen, but the Cowboys got me excited. I can't lie.
Hey, I'm excited too, man. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, man, and jump into the content, I need everybody out there across all platforms. If you're rocking with TP, if you're rocking with J Tuck at CFO, if you're in here in the liquor store getting drunk and blowed, I need y'all to hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that share button. And please, for the love of God, I need you to slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man. And if you're able to find one, now that they done migrated back to the States, I need you to go ahead and lay hands to face. And if you can catch one slipping, I will give you half off on all the merchandise inside the liquor store. Because we got exactly what you need to succeed over here, man. We got Calvaritas, we got hen, we got gin, and everything under the sun that can make you sin. I see my boy got a whole lion behind him.
Yes, sir.
Man. But, dog, so let me ask y'all, where do y'all want to start? Do you want to start with Tyler Guyton? Do you want to start with the folks hating out Ezekiel Elliott without giving him a chance in the new system? Do you want to start with Jerry Jones just going ahead and putting people on the roster?
No, I don't want to talk about Joe. I want to talk about Jerry, man. Let's start with Tyler Guyton. Let's start with the positive, man. So I want to start with TG, man.
Okay, let's talk about Tyler Guyton. And listen, I know I have not yet seen it in an actual game, but everything I've seen from Tyler Guyton has been positive. Mm-hmm. Like listen, it wasn't like when he played against the Raiders, he was playing against Rudy Poos. I seen him move Max Crosby, who was one of the premier defensive ends in the National Football League. Like, that was not a mirage or a hallucination. That actually did happen. But I'm gonna put this as a caveat. We're gonna get to see Tyler Guyton do this multiple times throughout the course of the season because Tyler Guyton has himself a tall task. Now, I'm going to share some stuff that I put together. I was talking with Boss Cowboy a while back about this. Like I brought this conversation up with him a while back on his show. But now that the season actually finna kick off, I thought I would bring this back up as a refresher. The Dallas Cowboys play some of the best defensive ends and pass rushers in the league this season. So it's not like it's going to be an easy transition for Tyler Guyton to the NFL. Week 1, he's getting the reigning defensive player of the year, Myles Garrett. We all know that. That's been one of the bigger talking points around Cowboys Nation. Week 1, what's he's going to do? He going to barbecue or mildew, right? But it's not just really about Myles Garrett, because if you look at the list of names on this, on this list, it's a who's of people. You got Myles Garrett. You got T.J. Watt, who led the league in sacks last year. I know Myles Garrett was the defensive player of the year. He was the guy that got the most sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Trey Hendrickson, 17-sack guy with the Cincinnati Bengals. Danielle Hunter, who is now playing for the Houston Texans, so he's coming to Dallas. Aiden Hutchinson, 11.5-sack guy. Kevon Thibodeau 2 times, who was also 11.5-sack guy. And I know people don't really look at Kevon Thibodeau like that because he plays for the damn Giants.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at his production compared to somebody like an Aiden Hutchinson, it was damn near identical last year.
And they also got Brian Burns too over there too.
And then they got Brian Burns. Now Brian Burns did not make the list because he was a 8-sack guy last year, but we know what he is.
Right.
Like we know Brian Burns is a premier pass rusher in this league, so that's 2 great guys. So whoever they put on his side would be a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Bosa and Leonard Floyd for the San Francisco 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Bryce Huff, who was a 10-sack guy last year with the New York Jets.
Mm-hmm.
And now he plays for the Philadelphia Eagles, of course. So to put this into context, I'm throwing all these names out. The Cowboys will be playing a double-digit edge rusher from the 2023 season, 10 of their 17 games in 2024. So that's a little bit over half of the games. Mm-hmm. They're going to play 3 of the top 5 pass rushers from last year and 5 of the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing this and knowing what the Dallas Cowboys have up ahead of them, knowing what Tyler Guyton has to face, how confident and comfortable are you two knowing the task he has at hand? I'm going to pull the screen down so we can all see our faces because we already got the information off. I'll start with you, Tuck, then TP, you can take it. What's your comfort level?
Yeah, I would say I'm comfortable that we'll scheme properly around it, right? So I think that Mike McCarthy and this offense and Brian Schottenheimer are smart and understand they should have that same exact list too. Usually you might just send them a PDF, but they should be a fully aware. But, going back to the draft, when I scouted Tyler Guyton, I said he was a phenomenal talent, extremely athletic, play on the right side, play a little tight end, kind of H-back at TCU before he transferred to OU. So, he had the size, he had the athleticism. My biggest concern for Tyler Guyton was tossing him over to left tackle, a position that he never played, and we didn't have an insurance policy behind it, right? Because as we moved on from Tyron Smith at the time, so I was saying all draft season, if we draft him, which we did, he has to work out. Like he has to work out because he can't go to no Chuma Udoga. So, thus far, I like what I've seen from Tyler Guyton. I like that he's worked on his bend in his hips a little bit. I love his hand placement. I love his punch. Like Duke has worked miracles, but it's about to rev up a whole nother level. So what I want to caution Cowboys fans is we're all excited, right? I'm excited. I know y'all excited. We like Tyler. We like Cooper Beebe, but the game is going to go up a tick. They're going to run different stunts. They're going to have different blitz schemes. Like the game's going to look totally different. Now, I feel like there's going to be some bumps in the road with Tyler Guyton, but I'm not too concerned that this is going to be like an Evan Neal situation or anything like that. I think he's going to get his lumps, right? Just welcome to the league rookie moments. But overall, throughout the course of the season, if fully healthy, I feel like Tyler Guyton is going to be a cornerstone left tackle for the Cowboys moving forward. So I would say on a scale of 10, I would say probably 8.5. You know what I'm saying? Like he's going to get got, you know what I'm saying? He's going to get got a few times, right? But it just is what it is. But we'll talk about another piece to this offense that's definitely going to help out with that. But overall, I'm loving what I've seen from Tyler Guyton. just the initiative to say, you know what, as soon as he got the Dallas Airbnb, I'm in the lab working. He really wants this. He's a Cowboys fan, grew up a Cowboys fan, Texas, everything. He really wants this. He wants to be great. And he has a lot of good people on the offensive line when it comes to Zach Martin. And also, it was crazy thinking of Tyler Smith as like a veteran, but he's like, a veteran right next side of him, also Terrence Steele. So he has some good guys in his ear, and that offensive line kind of works as a unit, as a chain. So I would say like an 8.5 confidence level when it comes to Tyler Guyton.
Okay. TP, same question.
I'm with J Tuck. You know what I mean? He pretty much put it all out there. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, a great athlete. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to go against guys like Micah and D-Law every day at practice, you know what I'm saying? That prepares you. You know what I'm saying? It's not the real thing, but it prepares you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like you said, he's going to have his lumps, but the overall factor, he's going to be good, man. He's going to be good. There's no denying that.
Yeah, I agree. And listen, I wasn't 1,000% sold on Tyler Guyton the moment that we picked him up. Partially because I'm selfish. You do a lot of draft work. You want them to draft the guys you want.
Right.
And then you think about, like, man, we could have just kept our all-pro left tackle. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had those things in my mind. But he's grown on me, man. And, that's one of the things that you have to do if you're being serious about content. You can have an opinion about something, but once you get more information, you should be able to change your opinion, once the evidence points in that direction. So, since seeing him in training camp, seeing the size that he has, seeing his athleticism, seeing his nastiness, like dudes out there putting dudes in the dirt and then blocking them again just for the hell of it. I love it.
And I'll say this, like, one, to kind of go back to you saying about the draft, like, me personally, the first day I was kind of like, okay, we're going to have to work through it. But I was extremely high on Graham Barton. I believe the center position was the most important position for the Cowboys to fill. So I feel like Graham Barton, he got close, though Tampa kind of swiped him. You should have went and got him. But when the Cowboys were able to parlay that pick with Cooper Beebe and get a center, I feel like Tyler Guyton became a home run pick. It's kind of like a free pick, right? Because you look at the tackles, my guy Jordan Morgan, though I loved him, he was more of a guard at the NFL level. And then you have Kingsley Samadia, who's here in Kansas City, actually playing well as well. But like, it was bananas and I'm saying? Like, it was pretty much apples to oranges when it comes to this too. So I feel like the Cowboys were able to get 2 for 1 with the trade back scenario, getting Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe. But there was a play when I was out there in Vegas this past weekend, and I kind of just jumped in my head. I still remember it. He had missed a play. He had missed a block, kind of slipped off a block, right? And Tyler Guyton is walking back to the huddle, and he's like slapping himself in the helmet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like going crazy. And then when he walks back to the offensive line, he's like clapping his hands like, come on, bro, like, fight. And then that next play, it was dirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, he put that boy in the dirt. So I was like, he looks kind of soft and nice and kind of quiet, but on the field, he is a damn dog, and he has this mentality about him that he wants to be great. And a lot of offensive linemen are like that. They kind of like quiet, don't say much, but on the field, they get nasty. And Tyler Guyton has this nasty streak that I'm just seeing constantly from Oxnard to preseason, and hopefully that continues throughout the season. And rookies don't get respect from veterans. You know what I'm saying? So for Max Crosby to give you the headbutt, like, all right, young fella, you know what I'm saying? That was a good rep. That shows a lot, because Max Crosby, like, on that list, he's not on that list, but he's one of those ones too. So I definitely like what I see from Tyler Guyton.
And Cooper Beebe. We're set up to have the best line in the NFL this year.
If everybody pans out and plays to the potential that they have, then if Tyler Guyton is like that, then he's playing beside a guy that's already an all-pro in Tyler Smith. If Cooper Beebe is like that, he'll be playing beside a guy who's going to the Hall of Fame in Zach Martin. We're just going to pray for Terrence Steele that he's healthy.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Mike McCarthy has said that Terrence Steele has had his best camp. You know what I'm saying? So he specifically named Terrence.
I have a feeling Terrence Steele is not going to be the same. He's going to be back to the top 5 right tackle in the game. I feel
there we go. Yeah. So, like I said, that will connect to the next topic. But overall, I like our front of the offensive line. I like our core. Now, after that, it gets a little shaky, baby. You know what I'm saying? The hamstring, a knee sprain, or something like that. It gets a little shaky after that, because the Matt Waletzko, that's a no-go for me. Josh Ball, selfishly, I have to say this. He's had a good preseason, a good camp. but that's still kind of an ant for me.
I mean, it's like Josh Ball. Like you've been bad for so long. It's gonna take a little bit more than a couple games for me.
To win me over, bro. Like because you in the red, you in debt. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when it comes to that, and then Austin Richards kind of little, you know what I'm saying? So TJ Bass, that's my dog, and even Brock Hoffman being your backup center. But like after that, it kind of gets a little shaky. So. I'm not sure what will happen. And knock on wood, if there's someone goes down, you might have to get creative. But overall, our front guys, our front five is solid. To be honest with you, and the future looks bright.
I'm gonna ask you about that Thomas. Like Thomas been hurt the entire training camp, hasn't he?
Yeah, Thomas has been nicked up, and also my guy out of Kansas, Earl Bostic, has been nicked up. I think they put him on IR.
They put him on IR to make him over somebody.
Yeah. So it's just
I was somebody that complained that they picked too many offensive linemen in the damn draft, but I liked him.
They could have went one with running back though, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like,
no,
they could have spent one pick on a, you know what I'm saying. But that's the Cowboys' bread and butter. So it's like, all right, when it comes to drafting offensive linemen, you got to kind of trust the Cowboys, and I feel like what their focus has been this all off season, and we're kind of seeing it now. It's a little bit delayed, is getting stronger in the trenches, right? And I feel like. I like Tyler Biadasz. He's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? I know a couple of friends that we kind of communicate with, but he's not Cooper Beebe. You know what I'm saying?
They're trying to get back to 24.
Yeah, it's a different type of mentality. As soon as Cooper Beebe plays center, like, yo, bro, take this ball so I can go hit somebody real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, here, take it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that is the attitude, the mentality, and the toughness I feel like Mike McCarthy's wanting to do with Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, Zach Martin, and Terrence Steele. It's a nastier, grittier offensive line.
Hold on.
We trying to get back to 2014.
That was the best line. Like people talk about 2016. I think it was 2014.
Yeah,
it might have been the best iteration of that line.
2014. DeMarco Murray 2 stacks. You don't get much better than that.
Right.
Hold on, and Tariq, like we were actually talking about trenches right now. I'm not finna slander the boy Trey Lance because listen, one, he had a good preseason game. He missed some throws. He was still inaccurate. He still had mechanical issues.
It still wasn't even good. It was decent.
That's
the thing. Like I'm trying to be nice here, man. Like let me be cordial.
And I get it, right? Because everybody who kind of wants to be anti-Dak is trying to protect Trey Lance. But what do you got to say now, Tuck? Here is the thing when it comes to Trey Lance. Like I was saying, I was actually at the game. Did he play better than he did the first game?
Yes.
No. He did not. He played the exact same game. The Cowboys called a better game for Trey Lance and didn't have him out there throwing damn near 45 times, right?
He did 41 times first.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so the accuracy issues were still there. The ball placements were still there. He kind of got sped up going through his reads, but 21, 23 reps, play action, roll out the pocket, RPOs, that fits Trey a lot better than what they try to do versus the Rams. So the issues are still there, but overall, if you're going to go out there with Trey, you can't be like, all right, we're going to let you throw 45 times and air it out. That is just not his game. So I felt like the Cowboys called a much better game. Now, he did get more comfortable in that type of game, right? You don't have to do a lot of reads, right? So I would say it wasn't like he jumped from, because I gave him like a C the first game, like a B minus C. It wasn't like he jumped from a C to an A plus. He might have jumped from like a C to like a B. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was nothing crazy. Yeah. I felt like what happened that first game, the Cowboys wanted to put on a show because they wanted to create some hype and some controversy and say, go out there, kid, and you know what I'm saying, put the world on display. And he went out there and fumbled and said, all right, bro, like, let's just call it a regular ass game.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Can I throw in my thoughts on the first game real quick? Because I actually think the first game was more of an audition to see if he actually could make the throw in Mike McCarthy's system.
Yeah,
right.
Because the throw that people criticize him about missing, Dak Prescott threw like 3 or 4 touchdowns on that last year.
Right.
Because that's a staple of a staple in Mike McCarthy's red zone offense. So I believe the first game they were trying to see where Trey Lance was as a passer in the West Coast system that Mike McCarthy is running. They did not like the answer that they got.
Right.
Like, you know what? I see what you can do, Trey, and we're gonna help you be a better quarterback by doing what you can do. So I agree with you, man.
Yeah,
they didn't really do the RPO. They didn't really lean into his legs the first game, and they did that this game.
Right,
and he looked like a better quarterback doing it.
Right, they got a brand new car. They put the pedal to the floor, and they damn near blew out the engine. They said, "All right, bro, we can't go that hard." You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so
hold on, wait a minute.
yeah, all right, bro, never mind. So yeah. But salute to
Man.
Trey, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I personally am a Trey Lance fan, to be honest with you. I love that we got him when I thought we got him for the right reasons. I believe he should be our backup quarterback. But then Stephen Jones had a lot to say about that and talked about how attractive his contract was. And that was a thing that's like, all right, now I see where we're going with this. So,
And hey, let me ask you a real question. Is there anything tangible that Trey Lance could do in training camp and preseason to usurp the position of quarterback 2 from a Cooper Rush who actually has, more game experience, has won games for the Dallas Cowboys? Would that be any fair, logical decision with that? Like, you play good in preseason, so we're gonna take the job from the veteran. Is there anything tangible there in your opinion that you could justify that?
I'll let you go, T-Par. But for me, I would say it's too late because it would be unfair to Cooper Rush, where it's like, bro, y'all didn't give me no preseason reps and y'all didn't get me no opportunity to compete for my job, and all of a sudden I'm just holding the clipboard. So that's why this preseason kind of been awkward, where it's like, no, it should have been Cooper Rush versus Trey Lance. You let Cooper Rush get all of his reps, and then you let Trey Lance maybe get the back half of his reps, and then you rotate it and see who really wins the job. But what it felt like, it's like, bro, you got Cooper Rush over there with his chains on the sideline, like he a vet, like he's good. And then when Mike McCarthy got snippy in the press conference, was like, y'all know how many reps Cooper Rush has had in college in his lifetime. He's good. I'm just like,
damn.
all right. Well, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? But then you have Jerry Jones come out and say, well, Trey Lance is on this roster. So it's like, but if you trade a 4th round pick, you get Trey Lance and he is holding the clipboard and active again for a whole nother season, y'all. I am coming unglued. So I'm at the point where you got to do something. You know what I'm saying? I'm like what did Denzel say? I'm leaving here with something. Bro, you better be a Wildcat quarterback. You better do something, because to trade a 4th round pick for Trey and have him inactive for 2 seasons behind Cooper Rush is by one of the most idiotic things I think a franchise could do, to be honest with you.
Man, I agree. Go ahead, TP. What's your thoughts on that quarterback 2 controversy? Like, is it even fair to take the quarterback 2 job from Cooper Rush the way that they played it out?
I think Trey Lance is playing in this preseason to up his stock. If you want to be honest with me, I think they're trying to trade him because it just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Because he already showed he's not better than Cooper, and Cooper is actually going to go out and actually can win his games. You know what I'm saying? It won't be the prettiest games.
You don't think he's better than Cooper?
Not as far as running the offense, and you know what I mean. Now, if you want to throw in the athleticism and being able to create, yeah, he's gonna be better than Cooper. But as far as you know what I mean, as far as what we want to do with the football and pass the ball, and you know what I mean, you got to be accurate with the football. Cooper Rush is the hands down better quarterback.
And I'll say this: Cooper Rush doesn't always get the ball there because he doesn't have the arm strength, but at least he sees it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Cooper, you know what I mean? We all know who he is, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we know who he is. I just feel like we don't have enough tape out there on Trey Lance to be like, okay, this is who he is. You know what I'm saying?
But see,
he needs those
so I always ask this though, right? So it's like, I feel like if we played the Saints, okay, I can get through that game with Cooper Rush. But let's say, for instance, we had to get through the Ravens or get through Philly or get through San Fran. I know 1,000% I cannot get through that game with Cooper Rush. You would have to have the element of surprise with Trey Lance to win any of those ball games. You see what I'm saying? So you can go out there. You know what I'm saying? You can go out there and play the power run game and have your defense play good and use the RPOs, and all of a sudden Trey Lance is scrambling for 65, 70. I mean, you can, it hurts it. You know what I'm saying? And get away with it. You know what I'm saying? So I was asked that question. I think Boss asked me that question. Like, I feel like Cooper Rush would be more of the Band-Aid. 2 to 3 games, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can do that. But if it's like, all right, bro, we got to do this season. Trey Lance.
Yeah. I'm about to say, if we got to go, if Dak was to somehow not be able to play the rest of the season, we got to go Trey Lance. Like, we got to go Trey Lance. You know what I'm saying? We got to give him the opportunity to develop.
Right.
I mean, if developing, like, I probably won't win that many games with Trey.
He hasn't played enough football.
If he's who I think he is, I can go ahead and get my good draft pick too.
You don't think he can win games? I think he can win games with Trey Lance.
I think he can definitely win games. Because one thing about guys one thing
Right.
about God is like you're not just going to keep doing the same. You're going to get better. Like he's going to have his ups and downs, but he's going to get better. He's going to continue to get better. I believe that.
You have
I
to
want y'all to
tear down
remember
and
this.
simplify. You got to
This
tear
is
down
a
and simplify.
this is a very tough schedule for the Dallas Cowboys.
Right, right.
So like, I'm not even sure if either one Cooper
Right.
Rush or Trey
yeah,
Lance
yeah,
is
yeah.
supposed to
Yeah,
be.
yeah. If something
But
happened to Dak, bro.
let's keep it a sound.
No,
Let's keep it a
yeah.
sound way.
If something happened to Dak, it's over.
Yeah.
Curtains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
man,
I'm looking forward to a
You're
draft pick.
gonna get these mock
You
drafts. You
play
know
the
what I'm saying?
Steelers,
Yeah.
the Browns, the Bengals, the Ravens, the
Niners,
49ers,
Lions.
the Lions, and they mad. They still talk about
Yeah,
the damn
right.
play. So they gonna
Right.
come out and beat the brakes out Cooper Rush and Trey Lance like that's their Super Bowl.
Right.
So,
The Eagles twice. You know what I'm
Eagles
I
saying?
feel like, but I don't know. I feel like with our
Commanders might be
defense,
better
I
this
feel like
year.
with our defense, we're gonna be able to be in any game that we play.
I hope. With Dak out there.
I mean, good listen.
Yeah.
No matter how good your defense is, if they play 40 of the 60 minutes, they gonna be tired
Right.
against us.
Having the whole team to
You
17 points.
You gotta be able to run the ball.
You gotta get the offense on the field for a little bit. Can you get 2 first downs, please, before I go back out there? Please, just
Yeah.
2. Just
Yeah,
2.
I remember them Cooper Rush games. It's like, bro, let's get across the 50 so we can get a field goal range. Like, just get me across. Just let you know what I'm saying. Now with Aubrey, bro, let's get across the 50.
People take those games and be like, oh well, he won those games. I'm like, well, did you actually see how he won those games?
Yeah, Cooper Rush, listen, to be fair, because I see Tariq in the chat, I know that Cooper Rush was not the driving force behind winning those football games.
Right.
I also know it's very hard to duplicate that style of play against better competition. Because
Right.
we weren't beating juggernauts. We beat the damn Commanders. We
Right.
beat the Rams when they had a down season. And somehow we
The
beat the Burrow
Chargers.
them.
Right.
Yeah,
The Chargers
Hey,
always lose.
Diggs played special that game, man. We kept Joe
Yeah.
Burrow and Jamar Chase out the game.
And you had Tony Pollard and Zeke going crazy too. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's like, nah, bro. Like, but I felt like what happened was the defense knew in order to save our season,
We
we
had to
can't
show
let them
out.
score. We can't let them score. And if like as soon as Dak came back, like, all right, bro, it's good. You got, you know what I'm saying? As soon as Dak came back for Detroit, all right, cool.
Thank you.
Offense is back.
Thank
You know what I'm
you.
saying?
I'm glad to see you, Dak. Damn,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. We'll
Trey
see.
is listen, and I don't dislike Trey. You know what I'm saying? I think that Trey is a political pawn by the front office brought in here to create discourse among the fan base because they like controversy.
I think he can legitimately be a good quarterback. He just needs the
Eventually.
reps.
Yeah, but here's what I'll tell people: if Dak Prescott caved on the deal today and said I'm gonna take a discount, Trey Lance goes away immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's just that bargaining chip, just bringing that old girl to the dance, trying to make the main girl you really want jealous, and you know what I'm saying? Dak's like, go home with her. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's no knock to Trey. I hate that they put Trey in the situation because I really think that Trey belongs to a place where they really want to take on this project and believe on him, not just kind of bring him in kind of as a piece. Because Mike McCarthy ain't got the time for that. I'm on a 1-year deal, bro. So if there's anyone I got to lean towards, I'm going towards Dak. So I can't help you with your footwork. I can't help you with your ball placement, your accuracy, bro. You have to go over in the corner and do that. You know what I'm saying? With your quarterback coach. Right now, I have to get Dak Prescott ready and focused to win because that's how I'm going to keep my job. So,
But Trey, that's something that Trey Lance needs to be working on his own. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have 3 years now, like 3 whole years in the NFL. You might not have had a whole lot of game experience, but you can go out there and be accurate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go out there and be accurate. That was my whole thing. Like, yeah, I mean, I understand not being.
He be holding that throw meter down all the way into the red, bro. They put some touch on it, bro. So
I just feel like he just needs to get more comfortable and just, you know what I mean, settle down a little bit in the pocket. I feel like he'll be better, but you know what I mean, it comes with time. And yeah, they say he don't got a lot of time, and you know what I mean, you're right, but like,
I mean, not in Dallas. Like, if he was in a different location, he had time.
Right.
But I just want to ask y'all about a different subject. I hate to segue because it was a very good conversation, but Dallas Cowboys running back room brought up some controversy when we brought that, yeah. So I'm gonna go around the room and I'm gonna gauge. I'm gonna start. Fuck it, I'm gonna start. Because two things can be true at the same time. Do I believe talent-wise the Dallas Cowboys have one of the better running back rooms? I'm talking about all the guys together. Do I think they have one of the better running back rooms in the NFC? No. Do I think Ezekiel Elliott can give me double-digit touchdowns and about 500, 600 yards because he's Ezekiel Elliott still? Yes. And that's my whole point. Like, just because y'all people are throwing around this narrative that Zeke is wild, Zeke is this, Zeke didn't do that, he didn't get 1,000 yards. Ezekiel Elliott is still an upgrade in a lot of areas from what we had previously. Dallas Cowboys red zone offense struggled in his absence, and he can still be that guy for you. With the amount of work the Dallas Cowboys have put Ezekiel Elliott through over the course of his career, of course he's not going to still be explosive. Of course he's wore down. Of course he's not still the same player that was all pro and breaking 50-yard runs, running past safeties and shit. Y'all remember that Cincinnati game?
Right.
That man just ate up the space in between the safety and the linebacker. He was in the end zone for they knew what the hell was going on. So he's not that no more, but he doesn't have to be that in order for the Dallas Cowboys to be successful. Right. He brings a lot of intangibles to the Dallas Cowboys that we were missing last year. And listen, theoretically, I would have loved to have kept Zeke and Tony Pollard to run that back and see what that looked like with Mike McCarthy actually calling the plays. But it is what it is. But I said multiple times, I think Zeke Elliott will be a double-digit touchdown guy because we still got Dak, we still got Jake Ferguson, we still got CeeDee Lamb and all these wide receivers. We're going to move the ball in between the 20s at will. Like, sometimes it gets a little hard to move the ball in the red zone, but we're going to give Ezekiel Elliott the ball down there. He's going to do what it do. So that's my standpoint on it. So y'all can go in whatever order y'all want to.
I agree. Now, to headline with this, if y'all follow me closely, y'all know Jay Tuck broke down 1,000 damn running back prospects. So it wasn't like I didn't want a running back. Hell, I was trying to take one in the third round, Trey Benson, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, you know what I'm saying? Like Austin Edom, like the list goes on, and Marshawn Lloyd. Like I list every damn running back prospect possibly the Cowboys could take because I felt like that was a need, a position that was of need. The Cowboys didn't do it, so they brought back Ezekiel Elliott. So what I was trying to explain to Cowboys fans have this weird thing where it's like, we always want the new shining toy, right? It's new shining toy, right? But what y'all have to focus on is, I know y'all hate the term, but old, reliable. But focus on that last word, reliable. At the end of the day, I know Zeke is going to get in the end zone. I know he's going to get those short yards. I know he's going to be able to pick up and pass pro. I know he's going to be able to catch out the backfield. I know he's going to bring leadership to the locker room. I know Dak Prescott's going to trust him. I know what I'm getting out of Ezekiel. I know he's going to say durable and healthy. Like, I know what I'm getting out of Ezekiel Elliott. So just like Henny said, at the end of the day, I can close my eyes, and if Zeke is trash, horrible watch, like everyone's saying on Twitter, he can get you 700 yards and 7 touchdowns. Bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like as things are currently constructed, I'm cool that we have Zeke on this roster because I think that the Cowboys are trying to get more back to the power game behind this massive O-line that we talked about. Now, I know the new shiny toy is Rico. Rico can do this. Rico cannot stay healthy, y'all. Y'all have not seen Rico stay healthy throughout the course of a 17-game season. Last year was hip, ankle, you know what I'm saying? So I get it, right? He looks flashier. If you play in fantasy football, it looks a lot better. But at the end of the day, if you had to bet your money on someone holding up for 17 games throughout the course of a season, it's going to be Ezekiel Elliott. So, I get that a lot of people are saying, well, he's going to block the growth, but we don't have this young emerging running back that he's going to steal snaps from. It'd be different if we had Zeke and Marshawn Lloyd, and we're sitting out saying like, man, Zeke's getting all the carries and Marshawn Lloyd's only getting 4 to 5. He's stopping his progress. That's not the case. We don't have any young up and comer, unless you want to count Deuce. So you have Zeke, Rico, Royce, Deuce, and Hunter Luepke. So as of right now, he's perfectly fine. A lot of people want to talk about, we talked about this on Twitter, Henny, the yards per carry were down. I was like, well, look about the yards before contact that he had, right? It's like he's played behind a horrible offensive line. Like, bro, we know the Patriots. We played them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had no quarterback, no passing threat, a horrible offensive line. And he still got 600. And if you look at his all-purpose, he was damn near at 1,000. So it's like, I get it. Y'all want something new, but let's not act like Zeke cannot bring any value to our offense at all. For me personally, I'm happy he's back. because I wanted him back last year. I wanted Zeke to line up behind those
Yes.
ends and Hunter Lukey with the Zeke behind a fullback. You know what I'm saying? Zeke behind a full, that's a body blow running behind Tyler Smith and Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe and Hunter Lukey lead blocking with Ezekiel Elliott coming downhill. I play defense, it wears you down throughout the course of the game. So I'm happy he's back. But I would still go get a running back if one gets cut through waivers, though, like Israel Bennett.
Instantly, like, listen,
yeah.
Us being pro Zeke is not saying that the running back room as a whole is fine.
Right.
I was trying to get all the running backs that became available. I was campaigning for Derrick Henry. I said get it. I was campaigning for everybody. Like, I wanted us to draft running backs. So I'm not sitting here saying that Ezekiel Elliott is the world's greatest running back in 2024.
Right.
If you're thinking I'm saying that, that's not the case. But what I am saying is this. Because the Dallas Cowboys did not do the other thing that we asked, they didn't get a free agent guy. Right. They didn't draft anybody. Ezekiel Elliott is probably the best your ass can get.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
We're going to have to work with it, man.
Right.
Work with it. But go ahead, TP.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Y'all pretty much touched on everything, you know what I mean? I'm just add to it a little bit. All I'm going to say is we saw what Tony Pollard looked like last year, and he had 1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Our running back room by committee will get us more yards and more touchdowns and a more reliable running game to help Dak out than what Tony Pollard could have did by himself or anything of the sort. So, you know what I mean? I'll take my 700, 10 TDs with Zeke, another 4 with Rico, and another couple hundred to Royce. And, you know what I mean? Our rushing attack is already double what it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So, I just don't be understanding what people be looking like. You know what I mean? We had a number 1 offense last year, and our run game sucked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And my guy Rico just said it. Like, remember when the Tampa Bay Bucks they had playoff Leonard Fournette? You know what I'm saying? So let's not act because like these players are. And here's the thing: like a lot of people on Twitter was like, we should go with Royce Freeman over Zeke and cut Zeke increase Royce Freeman. Bro, Royce Freeman hasn't cracked 600 yards damn near in his career, and he's only 1 year younger than Zeke. So, you know what I'm saying? But of course, the Cowboys saw a few little juke moves and he pushed the pile in preseason, and everybody said, oh, that's what we need. Y'all know what Zeke would have did in the preseason game? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what Zeke would have did. Like,
he would look like old Zeke in the preseason.
So if Zeke would have went crazy in the preseason game, what would all Cowboys fans been saying? It was just preseason, though. You know what I'm saying? It's just preseason. But it's like, all right, I get it, right? I get it that you want the new, but there's still value in old reliable. I know y'all hated Jason Witten return, but on third down, I need to move the chains. I know he's going to sit in that spot zone right there underneath. He's going to secure the catch, fall over, move the chains. You know what I'm saying? I had to worry about that. Like, it's good to have certain positions and players on the field on this roster that you ain't got to worry about because you can focus on other things.
Exactly. Because remember, Dallas, we're going to say it one more time. We're going to say it slowly. Dallas Cowboys, they ain't draft nobody. They ain't signed nobody. Right. So Ezekiel Elliott coming back and giving me double-digit touchdowns is something that I can live with.
Right.
We'll figure it out. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. But to act like you can't have a role on a team, you know what I'm saying, is crazy. Like short yardage, tough yards, red zone, Zeke gonna eat there.
Third down conversion, which was like 66% last time it was in Dallas. So I'll ask everybody in the chat watching the show, if I told you that, take the bet, because Twitter, they kind of moonwalk to bet Zeke going over 700 yards and 7 touchdowns. Would you take the over?
Over.
Exactly. And people were like, oh, that's way too low for someone y'all saying is
you go look around the league right now. Tell me how many 1,000-yard running backs there were.
Right. So you telling me that if Zeke gets 750 and 7 touchdowns, it wasn't worth having him back?
Yeah, there was only like 7 or 8 1,000-yard running backs last year. You know what I'm saying? People don't run the ball like they used to anymore. That 750 is all we need.
Exactly. Plus, the Cowboys are probably, hopefully soon, going to pay CeeDee Lamb, and whether or not it's Dak Prescott, they're going to want to get every dime they can get out this passing game. They're going to want to get every dime they can get out this passing game. So don't act like we're about to go out there and run the ball 35, 40 times a game. That's not going to be the case. 15, 20 here and there, nothing too crazy. So you get 750 and 7 from Zeke, I am perfectly fine with that. Welcome back, Zeke. Feed him. 15.
And don't get me wrong, I would love if the Dallas Cowboys added a competent run game to make everybody's life easier.
Right.
But you know,
they don't want that.
You know they like box office.
Right. Yeah.
He said
and they want to see is is Dak really worth it, right? And can Dak win? Can Dak win you the game? So if Dak goes out there and he's winning games, but he's only throwing 21 times, people gonna say, well, it's the run game that's really helping him, the offensive line. So he's not worth the. You know what I'm saying? It's just this lazy narrative that rotates over and over and over in Dallas.
I hope they at least just run the ball in the postseason. If you want to go out and throw the ball around the yard in the regular season,
we just need the ability to be able to run the ball when we need to.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. Just run the ball when we need to. Just like we have to stop the run when we need to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that because that's a good segue. What are y'all gentlemen thoughts on the acquisition of Jordan Phillips and the big nasty that we just acquired?
About damn time.
Great rotational depth pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what Zim wants. You know what I mean? He wants to be able to take some big guys off and sit some big guys out there. You know what I'm saying? And we need that. That's going to help in the run game. And you know what I'm saying? Like Jordan Phillips said, you know what I mean? My job is to make sure my linebackers stay clean. And we ain't had no D tackle to say that yet. You know what I'm saying? So if he can do that, and you know what I mean, our linebackers can stay clean and run around free to make plays, our defense is going to be real dangerous.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, when I kind of thought about the first time, because Jordan Phillips had an interview and he was like, I talked to Zim and they want me to be a pass rusher and bring that back. And so I was like, are they looking at him more as like a 3-tech versus the nose? Because we need noses. And Zim even said that in his interview, like we need noses, plural. So I started to question it, but then we got Joseph. Okay, there is your nose, because I feel like the Cowboys have been very front heavy currently how this roster is. So if something happens, if Osa has to go out, it gets dark. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like they're getting more wood to toss into the fire, and that way having Joseph out there and Huggins and Jordan Phillips and some of those guys, like you can just keep it going in a rotation, like T-Par just said, because you don't want to burn out in 17 games. And I feel like last year it was Hankins. As soon as Hankins came out, it was just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Here we go, right? So I feel like for the most part, it's good to see. And it's also good to see that Zim's voice is being heard. You know what I'm saying? He went on that podium and said, I need some noses, and they actually went shopping. Dan Quinn said, I need some linebackers, and Bobby Wagner said, bro, you got Bobby Wagner at home. You good. You know what I'm saying? So at least they listen to Zim, but I feel like he's starting to get the ingredients that he needs to get cooked up. Now it's really going to come down to scheme and how this defense really puts it together when the starters come out.
Indeed. And listen, I've been very critical of the Dallas Cowboys front office. I have, because they always do stuff I don't ever agree with. Mm-hmm. But when they do things that I do, I have to be fair and give them positive feedback. I've been complaining about not having no defensive tackles for a couple of years at this point.
Right.
So when they went out there and they got Linval Joseph and they got Jordan Phillips and they just didn't resonate more. Because listen, what is the MO of the Dallas Cowboys usually? Mozzie Smith got it.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah.
Straight off shoulder surgery. You got it.
Right.
we want you to play more while you're less healthy than you was last season. You got it. 7th-round pick out of Auburn. You got it.
Right.
Like, nah. Dallas Cowboys actually saw a need and they addressed it. So I really was astonished. Like, damn, this the Dallas Cowboys? You sure? Like this Jerry Jones and them doing this shit?
Right.
So I'm happy.
And that's the power of the community. Everybody lifting their voices up, because we was all saying, like, bro, like, go get some defensive tackles. Go, like, it was all over Twitter, it's all over our shows. Like, go get some defensive tackles. So it lets you know we are seeing the holes in the wall. You know what I'm saying? We are seeing the holes, and the Cowboys are like, all right, bro, we do got a hole. Because, like I said, once Zim stepped at that podium, was like, oh yeah, Mozzie's playing well, but I'd like to add some more noses. Hello, I need some help. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't gonna cut it. Then they started making moves. So it's like, all right, cool. And at least the Cowboys are being proactive versus reactive finally, because I would hate to be like, damn, Derrick Henry just rushed for 180 down us. Now we're trying to bring in Joseph, and now we're trying to bring in, bring in some help and some reinforcements. That's kind of their way, right? Like you said, Henry, toss out, Mozzie and let him get ran all over and be like, all right, now we need help. Like, no, go get him the help and in the roster right now. So that way he has some depth. And then if it breaks during the season, they can always add some additional pieces, but don't be so reactive and waiting for things to cost us throughout the course of the season before you want to make a move.
I agree with that. And listen, you know how I made a gauntlet Like, I'm glad they went ahead and did what they did. 'Cause the Dallas Cowboys low key got a gauntlet at running back too.
Mm-hmm.
Because you think about Derrick Henry. I know Nick Chubb might not play week 1, so we got
Right.
lucky on that one. Then we
Kamara.
Alvin Kamara, the boy Bijan Robinson for the Falcons, right? They got the Houston Texans got Mixon. The Eagles got Saquon Barkley. We played twice.
CMC.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Christian McCaffrey, Jamari Gibbs.
Yeah, we faced some running games, but you know what I'm saying. I just feel, for some reason, I just feel like we're going to be able to stop the run a lot better. Call me crazy, but I'm not blind. I see the way our linebackers are playing downfield, and that's exactly how we need to play the run. That's exactly what wasn't happening last year. So, you know what I mean? I just think that it's going to be a lot better this year. That I feel like, you know what I mean? It might take a couple of weeks, you know what I mean? Like, Baltimore might give us some trouble. Saquon might give us some trouble, but I feel like all in all, everything else, I feel like I'm not really too worried about.
But the good thing about that, we'll see. We'll know early. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the very first thing these teams are going to test. Let's see if they really fix this defensive line to be able to stop the run. So they're going to come out there and attempt to kind of go out there and bang against us, and we'll see. So, I guess I think that week 1 matchup versus Cleveland is going to be more of a test than a lot of Cowboys fans probably want to hear. But
oh no, it's going to be a test. I think it's going to be more of a defensive game than anything. I feel like. I feel like the defenses are going to go crazy in that one. Low scoring game, 3-point spread.
Yeah, let me see that. Let's see here. Opinion on trading Osa and Donovan Wilson, maybe a 4th or 5th to the pick to.
I mean, Jonathan Allen. They're not getting rid of no Jonathan Allen.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, Dan Quinn over there colluding with Philly. He ain't gonna do that with us. You know what I'm saying? He didn't trade it with them in the draft. Let to get Cooper DeJean, and now he just giving them Jahan Dotson. We gonna pick up and call. He ain't gonna answer the phone, man. Dan Quinn. I said Dan Quinn over there colluding with Philly. I mean, it would be nice. I mean, if that's the trade offer, I would damn sure do it and be good with it. But Dan Quinn ain't gonna do that. So
yeah. I would, man. Jonathan Allen would transform this defense.
Yeah, it would change. It would change. That's when I can start beating on my chest a little bit. You know
I was talking to Shaka Tony, and he was telling me, like, bro, like playing next to Jonathan Allen, like not being able to get 10 sacks is just inhumane over there. You know what I mean? Like they're just that good over there. Deron Payne, like they're just that good over there.
Right.
Exceptional player. You know, I wish, we could find a way to, sweet talk Dan Quinn, call and say, "What's up, big head?" See if we can get that defensive tackle off you, man. But that'd be too much like right.
Nah, he ain't gonna do that.
Right.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do that.
I still think this year's team's gonna be better than last year's team. I don't really worry. I just feel like we can't expect too much. I just want to see what happens when it happens.
Oh, that's what I want to ask y'all about the Jamar Chase rumors of him seeking 160 over 4 years. Now, listen, it's a rumor now. It could be tangible in 2-3 days. You know how other teams don't actually wait as long as the Dallas Cowboys to appease their star players. And it's the Cincinnati Bengals. Before Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase got there, they were the little brother in the AFC North. Nobody gave a damn about the Bengals. It was the Steelers and the Ravens. And then, it was everybody else. It was the Browns. Right. Nobody gave a damn about the Browns. And, the Bengals were competent. They were going to make the playoffs. Nobody looked at them like that. But Jamar Chase is probably somebody at the wide receiver position that could ask for $40 million and possibly get it. Just given the nature of what he's done for that franchise in such a short time. So even if he doesn't get 40, but let's say he beats out the 35 that's already there. Let's say he gets $36 million, $37 million to reset the market. What kind of impact do you think that has on the Dallas Cowboys' current contract negotiations with a CD Lamb?
A lot. A lot.
Exactly.
Me personally, I mean, if CD's not trying to get the highest pay, I don't think Jamar Chase jumping Justin Jefferson means that much. But I don't think Jamar Chase should be jumping anybody. like Justin Jefferson. I mean, if he fell right under, I'd be cool with it. But jumping him's crazy. I think Justin should be the bona fide number one. Or, you know what I mean, you're gonna act crazy with the market. You know what I mean? You don't want to act crazy with the market. You don't want to be paying receivers $40 million a year. That's not something that you want to do. You're going to be paying your quarterback 60 and your receiver 40. You know what I mean? You don't. No NFL team wants to do that.
I mean, they don't. But at the same time, like we all know the process that this goes through.
Mhm.
Like we know that the NFL players are in a union. The union wants the market to go up so they players can get more. And you also know the agents want the market to go up
For
so
sure.
they can say, "Hey, man, I
But,
signed
I
the guy to
mean-
the most lucrative deal in the world." Like
I
he got
mean,
the
in
most money
one
ever.
off season, though, one off season, we go from 30 to 40 in one off season.
I mean, look who got signed. we talk about the best
Right.
wide receivers there are, though.
And the crazy part,
about
right?
it, Will.
Like Jamar Chase is in the draft class after CD and Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, but I feel like when it comes to the CD thing, I saw the plight that the Cowboys did, right? They kind of just tossed out, well, we offered them 33 mil. So all the fans who don't know any better, oh, he offered him 33 mil. He should take that. That's a good deal. Why he's being selfish? They didn't say nothing about no years. They didn't say nothing about no guarantees. They didn't say nothing about no signing bonus. So Jerry can say, well, we offered him a lucrative deal and kind of toss out 33 mil. What is going on right now is the years, the length of the contract. That is the most important thing that Cowboys fans have to under. It could have been 33 mil for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know that. So these players are smart enough to know the cap is look how much they charging y'all for NFL or charging us for NFL Red Zone and all these streaming services. That money is coming into the NFL, and that cap is going to continue to increase. So these players don't want to lock themselves into these Scottie Pippen deals where they stuck for 7 years at 33 million, and then all of a sudden you see someone's wide receiver 3 making 40. You know what I'm saying? So that is the deal and complexity with this deal to find out what is the year. So I think that 4 is probably what CeeDee Lamb is pushing for, and that's the whole, because you got to remember, CeeDee Lamb's agent is also AJ Brown's agent, who just got back into the market and got paid again. So you're knowing that the value of what the wide receiver market is going for, and also the team. Like, you slap 88 on CD's back, bro. That's an extra premium. That's extra than Jordan Jefferson. This is 88 Dallas commercials, headlines, jersey sales. Like, you coin him as that guy. There's an extra premium for that price that you're going to have to pay. And it's going to be interesting to see how things play out for these last few weeks before week 1 kicks off.
Yeah, that's but you hit it right on the head, Tuck. That's what I tell everybody. It's never about the money. The Cowboys don't care about giving you money. They want to lock you up long term. 6, 7 years. Give them a chance to move that money around.
Right to the back.
All of that.
And not let you
when they did to Tyron Smith.
Yeah, and not let you finish your contract and all this. And
cut you. And everybody saying, as soon as they feel that they don't need you no more, you're gone. You know
Jalen Smith, right? Jalen Smith, you know what I'm saying, signed to a long deal and then said, yo, if you don't remove this clause out your contract, then we don't have to move on from you. He's like, no, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, y'all see what happens. So players are getting smarter. And here's what I try to tell everybody when it comes to Dak or CD, right? Players would be more open to sign these long deals if you could trust the front office. If I'm Dak Prescott, I get what everyone's saying about what Pat Mahomes did here in Kansas City, but from the moment that the Chiefs drafted Pat Mahomes, they said, you are our guy. We believe in you. No matter, they ain't franchise tag him once. They ain't franchise tag him 2. They ain't try to go back to Alex Smith and say, they didn't do any of that. So Pat Mahomes can say, I trust the Chiefs organization. I'm going to take this long extended deal. And with this extra money, they are going to give me everything I need to be successful. Dak Prescott can't say that
at all.
His organization didn't believe in him. They didn't want him to play over Romo. Jason Garrett had to fight for him, and Jason Witten had to jump in the mix. You franchise tagged him once, franchise tagged him 2. He had to break his damn ankle, rehab from that, come back. You know what I'm saying? Denver win, come back. Like, he had to do all these things to prove himself. Now he's here as the MVP runner-up, and you're still saying, we don't believe in you. Bro, I'm not signing this long 6-year, 7-year deal to do y'all no favors, because you have done me 0 favors since I've been here in Dallas. So that's the reason why. And a lot of players sit back. If I'm CD, if y'all treat Dak like this, Man, how y'all gonna treat me? If I'm Micah, if y'all treat Dak like this, how y'all gonna treat me? You know what I'm saying?
He's the quarterback.
He the Walter man of the year. Y'all gonna do me hella dirty.
I tell people all the time, bro. It is 2024.
Right.
If we would have gave Dak that same contract Carson Wentz got, Dak would still be signed through right now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
already had another extension by now.
Or you could have moved on like they did Goff and Wentz. I remember starting off as a content creator in 2020. I was like, we need to pay Dak before Wentz. We need to pay. They still didn't do it. This is the Cowboys front office's fault. It's nobody else to blame. You cannot be a draft and develop team and get mad when your players actually develop and want the money that they deserve. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. Oh, we gotta pay Dak. Oh, we gotta pay CD. Oh, we gotta pay Mike. Yeah, what did you think?
It's a good problem to have.
You know what I'm saying? Well, what did you think was gonna happen when you drafted a wide receiver at 17 and slapped 88 on his back and said he's gonna be the next one? Y'all thought he's gonna be cheap? Y'all thought he's gonna be a bargain deal? Like, you knew better. What did you think is gonna happen when you put Micah Parsons at edge rusher and became one of the leading sack rushers in the NFL?
And granted, Trayvon, the only reason why we ain't hearing nothing about Trayvon Diggs because Trayvon Diggs took a deal and he signed for 5.
Right. Now I remember saying the good thing you brought that up. I spoke about this last year about the Diggs deal need to be done before AJ Terrell. Look at what happened if they would have waited. You know what I'm saying? Look what happened if they would have waited. So they got that deal done early and beat AJ Terrell to the market. Now he'll be sitting here looking dumb. You know what I'm saying?
But we are gonna look dumb at the Ron Bland contract.
Yeah.
Like,
I
said it. The Ron Bland ain't gonna be here, bro.
I don't think so either.
I want to throw it out there because listen, the cheapest franchise in the league is not gonna have two $20 million a year cornerbacks. Both of them earned it. Both of them all pros. Both of them interception leaders. Like, they earned that money. So it's not like out of left field. So I don't know.
We're not gonna be able to afford to pay him that.
Yeah, unless they can dupe him, but I doubt I don't know who his agent is. Unless they can dupe him, you know what I'm saying? But I doubt it. So
yeah, I just don't see them.
I'm planning on being in like Minnesota or somewhere or something.
Yeah, because Micah's contract is 2 people. Micah's contract is gonna be 2 people.
In their mind, because remember, you technically save money on the front end of every extension you make.
For sure.
Right.
So like the Dallas Cowboys could squeeze all these guys under contract for like 3 or 4 years and worry about that shit down the line, but they won't do it.
Right.
They love having complete control of the cap.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, if we were signing Micah, CD, and Dak right now, we'd have enough money to sign 2 guys on like a 2-year deal that could actually help us win.
Yeah, because you got Osa coming up the pike. You're gonna have Tyler Smith coming up the pike. You know what I'm saying? Jake Ferguson. So
Ron Bland.
So that's why I was going back to that trade thing. They said his contract looked the most attractive because you can able to have a quarterback on a cheaper deal. It allows you to move money elsewhere. That's out of his mouth. That's out of his mouth.
For sure. But I'm not doing it on
so
you are already on your 4th year. We already got to decline your 5th year option. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, give me a rookie if
that's my case. If you're gonna move on from Dak Prescott, I know we jumping all over the place here, but if you're gonna move over from Dak, you need to go get you one of those ones at quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Go get you one of those ones.
Trade away what you got to trade away.
Trade away, sell the house, move up, and go get you like a Caleb Williams where you know you got you one. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to guess. Don't try to hope for the best. And Quinn
somebody
Ewers,
call to you.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers to see if he gets signed to. Like, nah, bro.
He a Texas kid. We like Texas.
They'll sell it. Texas kid, Texas Maine. And, like, nah, bro. You go up and get you that one. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, because we don't got the coaching to luck up like the Niners and get a Brock Purdy or something like that. We don't got that type of offense.
Do you not remember when Jerry Jones was head over heels for Max Duggan, and he's already on a different NFL team?
Max Duggan, Connor Cook,
Paxton Lynch,
Johnny
Manziel.
Yeah, bro. You ain't drafted a first round quarterback in all those years, and you just won Will McClay. All right, bro, go make a miracle.
Yeah,
make a miracle.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. The only quarterback that I would want out of this year's draft is Shador, and that's because he's gonna be able to put on whether he got an offensive line, no receivers, anything like that.
Yeah, this so spoiler alert: this year's quarterback class is not last year's quarterback class.
No,
at all. Not even close.
Nowhere near it.
Yeah.
You kind of missed it, bro. So,
That's what I'm like, it's either Shador or nothing.
I mean, you can probably get like a Jalen Milroe, maybe he'll slide, or
Project.
maybe like a Cam Ward or something like that. But
Project.
Yeah,
It's
Project. All the guys
yeah,
about
Project. You know what I'm saying?
KJ Jefferson, Project.
Right,
Ewers,
right.
I don't think he got the physical intangibles.
Yeah, so you
Yeah,
said
I said Quinn, with Quinn Ewers, if we can't win a national championship on that Texas team, it's
Bro,
over
he
with.
had like 3 NFL wide receivers.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
that's what I'm saying.
Y'all
Like,
saw how Stetson Bennett just looked. You know what I'm saying? National champion, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's talking about how bad Trey Lance looked. I'm like, bro, look across the other
Like,
team.
man,
I mean,
threw like 72
outside of those interceptions, he did look good.
Ooh,
Outside
Stetson
of,
Bennett?
yeah, he was
Nah,
making
bro,
some
he was all
throws.
over
He
the
was
place.
making some throws where I was like, okay, yeah, he looked like he back at
Stetson
Georgia.
Bennett looked like
He
he didn't
just
give a
made
damn
bad
what he threw.
decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna tell you why he looked good to
He
you.
looked like Brett Favre out there. He was just slinging
Exactly.
that jump.
Brett Favre threw
He
the
was
most
just
picks ever.
Right.
And guess what? That's why he looked good to you. Because he was decisive throwing the football, and when he made good reads, it was there. But he also
Yeah.
threw the ball in the triple coverage a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah, you know what I mean?
You
That's what I'm
get
saying.
labeled a
outside-
gunslinger. You
that's
get
what I'm
labeled a
saying,
gun.
When
That's what I'm saying,
when you got the right shade of melanin, you are a gunslinger.
Yeah, gunslinger. Gunslinger.
Other times you were
when I
reckless
be-
with the football.
Right.
When I be watching a guy and like, you know what I mean, you can just kind of tell, you know what I mean, okay, he's in rhythm, he's making the right plays, and then you know what I mean, you see some plays where it's just like, bro, what were you even looking at? Yeah, I mean, you can just tell, you know what I mean, he just needs some more time, but you can tell like he got something with him. I can't say he don't have nothing. He got something.
That ain't it,
He
bro.
just needs to refine it a little bit, get better
Ain't
with his decision making. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I like Stetson Bennett, man. I ain't gonna lie.
We gonna pray for you.
He looked better than outside of the interceptions. He looked better than Trey Lance to me. I just thought, yeah, I mean, them 4 picks was crazy. I think he got
4. He threw 5.
Right.
Yeah, I'm about to say the one was called back.
No, the 6th one was called back.
Oh no, was it? Oh yeah, it was bad. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, like that man was out there tweaking.
He
That
was
man,
slinging it.
that man was playing NCAA.
Yeah, it's pressing square. Pressing square, bro. So,
Man,
Yeah, he was just like, man, that was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
that was wild. You got
It
anything?
was
to
looking
add?
real good at first, though. That was the crazy part.
Do you got anything that you want to add about what you want to see in this final preseason game before we wrap up?
Honestly, I seen what I had to see in the preseason. I'm ready for week 1. I want to see it against the ones. You know, I want to see what the play calling look like with the ones. You know what I mean? How we moving Micah around, how we moving different guys around, how we using them, and that's going to tell. You know what I mean? How the rest of the weeks is going to go.
Me personally, I would like to see it, but I'm not gonna get. I like to see some of our starters get some reps, like, you know what I'm saying, maybe a series, you know what I'm saying, here and there, but we probably not gonna get that. So me personally, I would say Tyler Guyton, go put your chains on, eat some sunflower seeds. Cooper Beebe, put your chains on, go eat some sunflower seeds. Marshawn Nealon, put your chains on, bro, get some sunflower seeds. Wanye Thomas and Marquise Bell, y'all good, bro, go over there, put your chains on, eat some sunflower seeds. Like, some of those guys, I don't need to see them no more. This needs to
You
be
can laugh out a little bit.
yeah, like some of those guys that really needs to try to make the roster. This is the game for you. You know what I'm saying? The Eric Scott games, like those types of games. You know what I'm saying? Like, for those people, but ultimately, I think that Mozzie will probably play. You know what I'm saying? Since he was out with the allergies last game, the allergic reaction. So I want to focus on Mozzie. Trey Lance plays. Does he continue to grow? But also our wide receivers and Ryan Flournoy. I just did a film session on him, so check that out. But you got Ryan Flournoy, Jalen Brooks. Some of those guys who's going to really step up and grab the reins. And then the number one position that I'm watching this Saturday is the tight end group, because what we're doing right now is what people accuse the Cowboys doing with Zeke. That Luke Schoonmaker is just given the job because he's the second round pick, and you have John Stevens, you have Brevin Spanford, who I feel like's had a better season or off season, a camp, and also a preseason thus far. So, like, for me personally, I want to see, all right, bro, Schoon has to show me something. Can you show me something on the field? Can you secure these catches? Can you stay healthy? Because if not, there is no way you can convince me from a on the field standpoint
he should make the team.
More upside potential than John Stevens.
Yeah, like me personally, I just don't see how he can make the team. Like, true.
He's gonna make it.
I know he's gonna make it. He gonna make it, but me
he should
personally,
play.
Right.
I just don't think. I don't know. I just don't think he
just
should.
the premium. If he was a 6th-round draft pick, he probably would not be on the roster.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
just because he's a 2nd-round pick, so that's what I need to see from Scoom. So I'm definitely focused on the tight end room.
I'll also say this: they usually give their top picks like 2 or 3 years, so they just pull the plug on that experiment.
Right.
And the sad thing about it is, though, man, like you could have got a different pass catcher if you went the route of getting Lou Schoonmaker. Tank Dell was on the board.
Man,
Tank Dell would have been worth a 2nd-round pick.
Right.
There's a bunch of guys you could have brought in. Sam Laporta was available.
Yeah,
Sam Laporta was available.
Sam Laporta was available. Like, man, imagine, man.
No, was he? No.
Yeah, Sam Laporta went in the 3rd.
Not Sam went in the 2nd.
I don't say Sam went in the 3rd.
Nah, Sam Laporta would not, because I would have broke something.
Tank Dell
went in the 3rd.
Tank Dell was on the
Sam Laporta went in the 2nd round.
Let me see.
I think. I'm pretty sure Detroit picked him in the 2nd round. So I think that because you had
34. Yeah, he was picking at 34.
Yeah. He went early. I'm about to say, bro, I would have broke something if we would passed him Sam Laporta.
Okay, they got off easy that time.
Yeah, because Michael Mayer and Kincaid went 1st round, and then you had Sam Laporta go. But still, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it was just like Mike McCarthy wanted to tight end the 1st draft because he wanted my guy Trey McBride that went to Arizona and got to circle back. I'm getting you a tight end regardless. So, you know, for Schoon, bro, I don't know. I didn't see it in college. I didn't see it when we drafted. I mean, we all kind of scratched our head. You got to show me something because there's no way you can convince me that he gives us more upside potential besides possibly blocking than John Stevens. So, you know, I'm definitely going to watch out for that, man. But just stay healthy. Stay healthy this preseason game, and let's get on to week 1.
All right, so let me go find Schoonmaker where the hell he got drafted there because I'm curious now. I'm finna find out who the hell we could have got. All right. Oh, I remember who I wanted. I wanted Osiris Torrance.
Yeah, Osiris Torrance, right.
All right, so that's who I had wanted. He went right after.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just list some of the guys that got drafted. I'm looking for wide receivers.
Was
all right, Tank Dell. So that was one. Kendre Miller, the running back out of TCU.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hyatt. I would have took Jalen Hyatt. He would have worked out as a 3rd-round pick. 1st-round pick, a little too rich. He would have worked out. Cedric Tillman been pretty decent compared to what the hell we got for Schoonmaker. Josh Downs.
Ooh.
Yeah, Josh Downs was a dog.
Josh Downs good, man. I fooled with Josh Downs. Devon A-Chain.
Yeah.
You could have used that 2nd-round pick on him.
Man, A-Chain would have been. He would go crazy behind a Zeke or something like that.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, some of these guys we could have just picked earlier, like Michael Wilson. Like there were guys on the board after that probably would have had a better impact than what the hell we've gotten so far from a Tank Dell.
Yeah, A-Chain and Pollard would have been crazy.
Man,
it would have been. I wouldn't be complaining about no damn running back at this point in time.
Right. Yeah. But hey, you know, it just is what it is at this point, man. But like I said, Cowboys, let's just stay healthy. Get to week 1 so we can start doing.
That's the main thing, just staying healthy, bro. Because the way our team is set up, we so top heavy, we can't afford it.
Right.
For real.
Right. And I'll say this: I know one player that better make this 53 is Julius Wood, bro. I don't know what you got to. I don't think they dumb enough, bro, to try to sneak this kid the way. Like, you got to have him on the roster one way or another, bro. You got to.
We'll see what they do, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, I don't think they do, bro, because they already got cornerbacks and safety hybrids. They don't know what the hell to do with. Because I think they like Izzy. I think they're going to keep Izzy around. So we got Malik Hooker already. He's under contract. Donovan Wilson's under contract. So the guys like that are going to make it on. Right. Marquise Bell is going to make it on.
Right, Wanya is going to make it on.
Wanya's going to make it on. So how many safeties are you carrying? Because
I'm carrying Izzy over the corner.
I'm about to say Izzy going to play both. So
all right. So which corner are you taking out to put Izzy in?
I'm getting Eric Scott up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
The training camp darling.
Yeah. I like him, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's my neighbor, bro. But it's
when you got a guy like Kalen Carson, he's going to make the team. Jordan Lewis is going to make the team. And then, you know what I mean? We're not going to take more than 5.
Safety, Dono, Malik, Wanye, Bell, Julius, cornerback, Bland,
Okay,
Diggs.
That safety list was a little short. How many
It was
safeties
5.
did you name?
It was 5.
Five,
So
five,
you
five.
said Malik,
Mm-hmm.
Dono,
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wanye,
okay, Wanye,
Bell,
Bill,
and Wood.
Woods. All right. So then you said that you're gonna have Izzy as a corner.
Izzy, Diggs, Bland, Lou, Carson.
That's
Right.
And that's it.
Right. Yeah. Then everybody else, you know what I'm saying?
Pray for him.
Yeah.
Oh damn, Booth out that bitch too. Now,
Pray
Oh,
for him.
I don't know. I think Booth might make the team. I don't know if Woods is gonna make the
Dude,
team.
the
I think Booth gonna
politics
make the team.
of Booth being traded for.
Yeah,
They
Booth is
went
gonna
and
make
got
the
that
team.
man.
Booth is gonna make the team.
Do you think
He gonna make
because
the
they
team.
went and got Booth, he might be a little bit more scared?
No, I think they traded for Booth just because they kind of
wanted
just
to get a close up look.
No, I think they wanted to do right by Nashawn Wright. Because what I heard was that Minnesota was calling for Nashawn Wright, and they were like, bro, like, you're not gonna make, you know what I'm saying? So I think he went to Al, and this is a story that, you know what I'm saying, kind of heard from in-house. Like he went to Al Harris, like, all right, bro, like I get it. You know what I'm saying? After that Ram scrimmage, like, okay, if they're open to trade me. So they want to do right by Nashawn, and I guess Booth was the switch, you know what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
I don't know. Booth can tackle, bro, but I'm not risking Julius Wood for the fact that Andrew Booth. Can't you use the veteran cut on Booth? How long has he been in the league, right?
This is third year.
But somebody, yes, this is third year. Somebody is gonna come up with a mysterious injury. Any day.
Oh yeah.
Like they gonna stash somebody to make room for
right.
That's what they normally do.
Right.
Normally it's with Lesko and his bad shoulders, you know.
Right. Yeah. Why I don't know. So yeah. Cool.
It is what it is. If they like it, no, I ain't gonna even lie and say that. You know, I usually say they like it. I love it. I don't like it.
I mean, I just, man, if you can come and do your job, play your role, and relish in it, I want you on my team.
Cool.
Because we got all the star talent. We need those in between pieces, those no name guys that are gonna come in and just give you production.
Cool.
You know what? That's something we can do real quick, and then we can shut it down.
I got a dip because my kids are locked out the house.
Oh shit! That sound. Go ahead and go. We gonna go ahead and shut the show down so J Tuck can parent. Thank y'all. Thank y'all both for coming on and showing love, man. Let them know where they can catch y'all at, though, man.
Yeah. Hey, go ahead, T-Bar.
I'm gonna say T Pars Boy on Twitter, Instagram, Terrence Parsons Jr. on Facebook. Get a hold of me, ask me questions, any of that. Podcast is the Real Talk by Capers and Parsons on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow me at any one of those places. You know what I mean? I love talking football.
Indeed. Tuck.
Yeah, y'all can follow me on my YouTube channel, CFO Sports. Come over here. We're doing a lot of film breakdown. Going to start some draft stuff early as well. I'm also covering college football with the Kansas Jayhawks starting off next week. So pull on up, comment, like, subscribe, and you can follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. Also, I'm on High Point Fantasy with Dez Bryant kicking off starting next week, and then Roundtable Sports every Thursday on the NFC East show, and then on Wednesdays I have a sports betting show on Roundtable Sports as well. So I'm everywhere, man. So staying busy. It's busy season, but we're gonna work Cowboys Nation. We're gonna get to it. So appreciate y'all. I think he froze. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I'm gonna run because these kids. All right, bro.
Or reporting live from the liquor store. Tap